Encontrei o disco. I found the disco. Take a look at this. Really?
How did that happen? I certainly don't know. I have an idea of what may have happened, but I don't know if it will be the reason for what happened. I suspect it was the battery that I used that caused this fall. I used the 4000 mAh battery, but instead of a LiPo, I used the LiHV battery. I charged the battery in the Carnegie AccuCell 6 charger in the LiHV Lilon position, thinking that I would be doing the right thing, but I think that was what I should not have done. Before using this battery, I had placed one on the Parrot Disco, and the percentage of battery in the FreeFlight Pro application gave me the information that it was 0. And yet the battery was fully charged, and as you can see here, the disco was connected. FreeFlight Pro, having the information that the battery was 0, did not even let me take off. The engine will not even start. I removed that battery and put the other one, and it already gave me the information that it was 100%. Radiant, I put the Parrot Disco to flight. The flight in 4G went beautifully until on the return, after long minutes of flight and a good distance traveled, the signal is interrupted. Nothing that ever happened, both in Wi-Fi and 4G flight. But what didn't seem normal to me was that the signal never returned, neither with interferences nor the return image to fail, nothing. As I had a GPS tracker on board the Parrot Disco, I decided to send the GPS tracker a location request. That, after a few seconds, I received a message from the GPS tracker with his coordinates. I went to Google Maps to find the location of the GPS tracker, and I thought that due to the waiting time, he should be already closer on the return he was making. I decided to wait a few more seconds and resend another message to the GPS tracker to send me its location again. If this time the coordinates are the same, it means that the Parrot Disco is stopped, which means it fell. I sent the message to the GPS tracker and the coordinates he sent me were the same. The Parrot Disco was down. I have to find him. I just hope that the disco is not on top of a tall tree, on inaccessible private land, or on the roof of some house, or any other complicated situation, or even have done some kind of damage or something more serious and fell on someone or some animal. I got on the way, and after some time traveling through narrow and winding roads, I found him there. I was very lucky. The disco fell on accessible ground with nothing and no one between houses. And if I didn't have the GPS tracker on board, I would never in my life find the Parrot Disco. It happened to fall and hit some thick high voltage cables, causing the disco to break into pieces and doing more damage. The modem is gone. I just found the modem cover. The small box printed on the 3D printer shattered, but luckily the GPS tracker inside the box survived. The cable that connected the GPS tracker was damaged. The battery was left with some problems, but did not break. The chuck of the Parrot Disco was slightly damaged, but the camera miraculously survived. Later at home, I managed to retrieve the footage, but the flight record no longer. That is why I did not make the flight video with the flight telemetry displayed. I went to test the battery and found that one of the cells in the battery was dead. Now I wonder, what the hell happened? I had already flown with these batteries without problems, and it had been charged as LiPo batteries. This time I charged it like LiHV batteries, and this is what happened. Or is it that the battery in the middle of the flight has lost a cell and suddenly having a lower charge, the Parrot Disco has shut down in mid-flight and fallen? I am not knowledgeable in this matter. Maybe someone watching this video can explain for sure what happened. Anyway, then I will present the flight completely until I have lost the signal. Thank you for watching the video, and if possible subscribe to the channel, like and comment. To the next. So here I start the flight. All seems to be normal. No stresses, no nothing. Just going to fly. The battery was okay, no problems whatsoever. Transmission are okay. In 4G. I just have flying around first, then I will go more distant. As I said before, this video don't have telemetry because I lost the telemetry. The file of the telemetry was cut and not finished when the Parrot Disco falls or lose the power, and I only have fortunately I only have the video. Fortunately I have the video. I could not have nothing at all, but to get the video I had to connect via Wi-Fi, like we did the way we did the 4G soft mod, because I had to access the chuck memory, because when I plug the chuck into the computer USB, it didn't detect nothing because something was not okay on the chuck. Something was broken and damaged, and I think I was losing the video for sure. But when I connected via Wi-Fi with the Parrot, the chuck, I could access the chuck memory and extract the videos and the flight data file, but the flight data file what a confusion, but the flight data file is not finished and I cannot open. It's corrupted or something. I have the file but I cannot do nothing with it. Maybe some people who knows more could recover the file and get some info with it. I believe it, but I cannot do it. So here I'm just flying over the lagoon, as I did many times with the Parrot Disco. Just flying around and see if everything is okay, and then I will do the long range flight. And here seems to I have not signal, and the disco returns home. It seems there are no 4G here, and is returning home. There's nothing there, just trees, sand, and water. That's good. No human presence, and the signal returns, more or less, with some fails. But here the signal is better. Let's fly over the lagoon again. Enjoy the view. I saw some disco falling into the water. Some videos from other people, and it seems the Parrot Disco floats. Even if the Parrot Disco falls there, I could not retrieve it because I don't have a boat. I can swim, but I don't see me going there without knowing the place, and it's a lot to swim. Just me saying. And now we are overland. So we are with 91% battery. It's a lot percentage. You can fly a lot with that, I think. Let's fly over there near between the water and the land. For those people who saw one of my latest videos with the Parrot Disco, I cannot take off with the Parrot Disco. This is another disco, it's not the same, and even today I don't know what the hell was happening with that disco that cannot take off. I don't know if it was the motor. I don't know if was the pilot tube was covered with dirt or something, or the servos or other thing. I don't know yet, and I don't know if I one day will know, because I put the disco here in some place and I didn't touch it yet. I just flown this one, and this one is in pieces like you saw. The Parrot Disco is very fun to fly, and now I cut now the transmission stops again, failing, and it returns home again. Where was I? The Parrot Disco is very fun to fly. It's simple and cool to fly. Sometimes the landing is scary, but it's okay if we do the right things and the signal is not returning, and returns now. And when it came to the market, I was blown away because the price is so high, and when I know the Parrot Disco was made of that material, I think, what the hell are they thinking? A drone like this costing so much money. What the hell is this? And I think I never will have a Parrot Disco with this price. Is impossible. I will not give so much money for this kind of drone. And then the Parrot Disco price starts to be accessible, more cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and I get not one but 3 or 4 or 5. I buy one, and then the prices keep falling. I buy more, and then they were discontinued. That was sad. And no more Parrot Disco, no more update of the Parrot Disco. I think there will be one day I could not fly this disco because they will break apart at some point, and there's no replacement for this. That's sad. Very sad. Wish I have then some kind of a plane like this to fly. Even better this one. And now we are almost at 2 kilometers distance, flying over trees and trees. If you are watching this and didn't jump the video, cool, great. It means it have some interest, this video. Nowadays people don't watch videos more than 3 minutes or less. Don't have the patience to watch, I think. %, 12 minutes flying, and almost 3 kilometers distance. Less than 3 kilometers distance. We are going to fly over the greenhouses in the middle of nowhere. When I saw these greenhouses on the Google Maps, I thought it was solar plates, but it's greenhouses. I wonder what are they growing up in there. I don't know. They have these large kind of roads, sand roads, I think, because to prevent the fires. Not if one part burns to not go to the other parts, but if the fire is big enough, it burns everything. Now we are arriving at some residence area. I think this battery is not good enough for a 4000 battery. I think they should give more flight time, because it's 70% with only 15 minutes more or less, and we have traveled 4 kilometers only. Almost 5. We have to go up a little bit because of this is higher place, and if we don't go higher we can collide with stuff ahead. Going up, I was a little afraid of colliding with something and I was going up. Here we go. There is a basic rule on the flight that Mr. Kent thought. Something like seeing the horizon over something is because the plane is not going to collide. That's a basic rule. And before I know that rule, I was always afraid of flying over stuff, because I didn't know if it will collide or not. But with this rule now, I am confident that I will not collide with something when we see the horizon and things behind the object. Something like that. And we are now approaching that big horrible hole that you can see in the image now. It's a quarry. They basically mine all this place and make this big hole to extract materials for construction. This place now is a protected natural area, but look at what have they done. I'm just showing you the destruction of this place. I think it's not permitted to fly over it, but I will fly, and I am flying over it just to show this. Look at that. There are more quarries. I think there are two. One of them is abandoned, I think, and the other almost abandoned. I don't know. But look at that, more destruction. I've already flown here the Mavic Pro some long time ago, and now we are heading for the castle. Look at this. I think this one is abandoned. Yes, there are metal with rust in there. It's abandoned. I think there's another one, but I will not fly over it. It's more ahead. The other one in front is what I have flown. This one not. Whatever. Now the castle is on front of us. You can see top right. I have flown with the disco there some time ago, and we are crossing the castle again, and then there will be the fall that we not see. And now I'm heading to the castle. 8 kilometers distance, 15 minutes flying, almost half battery wasted, 50% almost. All looking good. Kind of returning home now. I will fly over the castle, and then I will return home because the battery is 50%. Time to return home. Here we go. First time I've flown here was with the Mavic Pro, but the footage was out of focus, and then I didn't return with the Mavic again or other drone except the Parrot Disco. Here we go. Flying over the castle. For years I didn't go there. 4 years. For many years. Maybe when I was in the 20s. The last time I was there, I think. And here we go to the final flight. Just pointing. I was overflying the castle again here. One more time. I like castles and fly over them. Yep. Let's see the tower of the castle. Little small castle inside the big walls. There we go. And now I will return home. Yes, I press return home now. And he's going to return normally. And a few minutes from now, the connection just stops. And the flight is over. And the rest is history. and the usual messages popping up, sometimes annoying. So as you can see here, everything was looking normal. 52%, 23 minutes flying, 6 kilometers distance, 9 meters per second flying, very stable. Everything looks pretty awesome. And then that happens. Nothing. A blank screen. I mean, the video freezes first and then I lose the signal.
Quarry disco. I found the disco. Take a look at this. Fucking shit. Really?